Hi all, I wanted to make a quick video about an indicator that I've just finished making. Before I begin, I would like to mention that this is an educational channel. All content over here is for the sake of education. Kindly read the disclaimer you see on the screen and in the description below. With that said, let's proceed. So we'll straight away go to the page where the indicator is that we have just made. This is how the indicator comes by default. We have called it Fibonacci prime time. Size of the indicator is pretty moderate. It's double the size of anything we have written so far, almost double, but still very moderate in terms of system load and everything. Now, you may be seeing that the indicator comes with a lot of lines and everything on screen. Pretty much looks unusable, and I've left it that way because the picture that you're seeing on screen is what the indicator is primarily based on, and I'll show you how we can go ahead and use this. Prior to me doing that, the idea behind the indicator was this is purely based on Fibonacci prime numbers. There are Fibonacci numbers and then there are prime numbers, and then when you mix the two you get a few Fibonacci prime numbers. All right, in those Fibonacci prime numbers we are primarily working with 5, 13, 89. Those are the numbers that make sense for trading, and this indicator is based on that. Couple of days back I'd also made a video on Fibonacci prime numbers where I've just shown you if you use Fibonacci numbers as simple EMAs how things go, and this is taking that to the next level where we have color-coded candles based on Fibonacci prime numbers. All right, first let me show you how to load the indicator from a text file into TradingView. Now before I do that, where the numbers are over here, my settings are always this is always set to auto, scale price chart, logarithmic, and plus buttons. All right, with that said, what I'll do is I'll make a copy of this and I'll give it any number. Say I want to call it 555555. Okay, and I'll say save. Once I do that, it'll pretty much come up with what you saw in the last page, but I'll remove this one indicator. So right now we will go to the indices. We are on the Nifty spot chart, 5-minute time frame. No indicator, no nothing is on screen. All right, nothing. It's 5 minutes time frame, Nifty spot chart. Even the sessions break is off. Sessions break is when you separate one day from the other. You get these lines. It shows where one day ended and where the next day has begun. But even this we are going to keep off. So basically there is nothing currently going on. It's a bare bone chart. Now when you buy an indicator from us, you will get a text document and a PDF document. PDF document just basically describes the indicator, and the text document is where the indicator actually sits. All right, so I'll show you how that text document will look. It will look something like this. All you got to do is double click on this. Something like this will open up. This is the script of the indicator, or the code of the indicator. All you got to do is go to edit, file. Where do you find select all? Edit, select all, edit, copy. That's it. With that we are done. You can close this file. All right, and then you can go this over here, then come over here to the Pine editor of the new page that you have opened. You just write over here create new indicator. Something like this will come up with 6-7 lines. Just select everything, make sure you delete everything, and right click and say paste. So whatever you have copied from that note pile comes over here, and then you say save script. When you say save script, it will ask you what is the name you want to save it. I will call this Fibonacci prime time 1 2 3 4 save. And because I've saved it a couple of times, it's asking me, do I want to replace it? Yes, I want to replace it. If you're saving it for the first time, it will not ask you for this. In my case, I've saved it many times as Fibonacci prime time 1 2 3 4. So I'll say replace it. All right. Now, once that has been saved as Fibonacci prime time 1 2 3 4, I'll add this to the page, and this is how it'll look. So now we have a Nifty 50 spot chart with 5-minute time frame, and this is how the indicator looks bare bone. You'll find that the candles are still wavery over here. When we go above the lines, the candles color up, but when we go outside, it goes away. To stabilize that, you got to go to this sidebar over here. The one below the clock is called object tree. Go to the object tree and just drag this Fibonacci prime time and take it above Nifty. Once you do that and click it on it again, then you will find that the colors remain constant. All right. So the white EMA that you see is EMA 5, then the yellow one is EMA 13, and then you have EMA 39, EMA 89, which is this blue line, and then you have a VWAP, and then you have a user defined EMA also, which is another blue line. All right. I will go ahead and show you how I would use this on intraday time frame, what my settings would be. So the first thing that I would do is I would not want to see EMA 5, I don't want to see EMA 13, and I don't want to see the user EMA, user defined EMA also. I only want to see EMA 89, and I want to see VWAP, that is if I'm trading intraday, and my VWAP is always step line with breaks. So my VWAP looks like this day open line. From a line, I'll convert it to circles. I'll keep it on 1, and that's it. And I'll disable all of this, and that's it. This is how I would use it intraday. I would also want to make some color changes. This line over here is the 15-minute high. This line over here is the 15-minute low, and this is the center of that 15-minute high and low. I'll change the colors. I generally keep my 15-minute high and low like this. Go to the input section. This is 15-minute level. I generally keep the high and the low dark orange, and this center line generally I don't want to see, so I make it dark black because my screen is dark black. So once I make it dark black, I don't see it anymore, and then it looks like this. And then you'll also find that there are additional 2 lines on top, 2 green lines and 2 red lines at the bottom. They are support and resistance based on the last 126 days moving average. You will find this similar theme in intraday visit also, but apart from these 3 things being same, that is VWAP, 15-minute high and low, and this support and resistance, the mathematical formula for this is different from intraday wizard. All right, intraday wizard does not work on Fibonacci prime numbers. It works on basically EMA 50. All right, so that way that also is not redundant with something like this coming in. But yes, this is definitely a notch up because we are currently designed an indicator that can work both on intraday as well as swing and positional. All right, so after this, what do we do? Nothing. You can make this work on 5 minutes and 3 minutes time frame. The way you see it, there's this line over here, this VWAP line, and that is this blue line is the EMA 89. At this stage, you're looking at this purely based on Fibonacci prime numbers. This is how it will look. What we did is when we told, see, this is what it is designed on, this 5 and 13. What we told it is when 5 cuts into 13 and on the way down, change the candle color from green to purple. It's doing that. And then if 5 and 13 both cut into 89, make it red. So it's going ahead and doing that. All right. So I would use it like this on 3 or 5 minutes time frame. As you can see over here, I don't even need sessions break. The sessions break would show me where a day has ended and where the day has begun. But in this case, I don't even need that because this 15-minute candle itself, high and low, shows me where the day has started. It'll take first 15 minutes for this high and low to form because it needs that data for the first 15 minutes. But once the first 15 minutes is over, you will find this high and low come up, it is showing you the high and low of the first 15 minutes. With this, I would either use it on the 5 minutes time frame or the 3 minutes time frame, and it's perfect for me to trade intraday. 3 minutes it looks like this, and 5 minutes it'll look like this. This is all the data I need to trade intraday. All right, this white line that you see is the day open line. In my mind, I'm very clear, when the candles are above the day open, the market is bullish, and when the candles are below day open, the market is bearish. You don't have to see it if you don't want to see it. You can go ahead and disable it if you don't want to see it. Where is that day open? If you don't want to see it, you can just disable it. All right, I like seeing it. It's very important for me, so I keep it on. So this is how I would use it intraday. Perfect for intraday. Now if I want to switch from intraday to swing or positional trading, I just need to click 3 times and it will become an indicator that I can use for positional or swing trading. I will just go on the indicator setting. I'll go to the input and I'll just disable this 3: support and resistance, show first 15-minute high and low, and show VWAP. Once I do that, it'll look like this. And once I do that, I can go to 30 minutes, it's still clean. I can go to 75 minutes, it's still clean. Let me just show you what happens if I don't do that. All right, if I don't do this 3 things off, and then if I go to 30 minutes, it'll look like this. 75 minutes, it'll look like this. 125 minutes, it'll look like this. It'll be not usable. So to make it usable, because it's giving you the intraday view on the higher time frame, so to make it usable, you just need to click these 3 things off, and it becomes a swing and positional indicator. This moving average that you see is 89. If you want, you can enable user-defined EMA also. User-defined EMA by default is kept at 50. You can create anything you want with it. You can make it 34 if you want. You can make it 21 if you want. You can make it 13 if you want. But I generally keep it at 50. All right. And in this case, I'm not even using it, but I've kept that provision. If I'm not using user-defined EMA, then I'm using the pure Fibonacci prime number series, where the candles are showing me Fibonacci 5, 13, and 89 in work. This is the way it look on 125 minutes, and I can go to 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, and you will find that it's works on all time frames. You can see over here in the 1 month time frame, this is the 2008 collapse and this is the 2020 collapse. It's clearly highlighting those 2 collapses, and it also shows that markets most of the time remain above the 89, but when there's a severe collapse, it goes below this 89 on a very high time frame. All right, so now coming back to 5 minutes, if we bring it back to 5 minutes, it'll look like this. Again, very usable, but when you're trading intraday, this in its current format also usable, but I prefer having a look at these 3 additional parameters for intraday because it helps me make my decisions, which is first 15-minute high and low, the day open line, and the VWAP. All right, and the support and resistance based on the 126 days previous. It's also mentioned over here. If you see, look back days is 126. So this support and resistance that you see over here, this resistance on top, is based on the last 126 days, and this support at the bottom is based on the averages of the last 126 days. So that way, this Fibonacci prime number, like I've just shown you, becomes usable both for intraday as well as positional and swing trading. It's also flexible because of the user-defined EMA we have kept over there. Just make sure that in the object tree you keep it above Nifty, because if you pull it below Nifty, then the colors will shift. When you go outside the moving averages, it will show normal candles, so on and so forth. But in the object tree, once you take it on top, the colors will remain constant. You can move your mouse any which way you want and the colors will remain constant. So I've just shown you from the default settings. The default settings would look like this. From there, from this default settings, how we make it usable. Even in default I can use it, but I've kept everything default visible so that you can customize it the way you want it. I've shown you how I would use it, so I'll cancel this. This is how I would use it, where on intraday I can see VWAP, I can see EMA 89, I can see first 15-minute high and low, and the support and resistance levels based on the last 126 days. And when I go on higher time frames, I don't want to see three things, which is 1, 2, and 3. VWAP, 15-minute high and low, support and resistance. Once I click on that, I don't get to see those three things, and it immediately becomes ready for positional and swing trading. All right. You can activate the user defined EMA if you so desire. I'm not using it because my application, I'm keeping it purely based on Fibonacci prime numbers. But yes, that added feature is there. If you want to add an EMI that you want to see, you can use that by making use of this user defined EMA, define it over here, and in the style section, go activate it. All right. So with that, guys, the demo for this Fibonacci prime number is complete. I've shown you how to import it from a text file. I've shown you how to use it intraday, and I've also shown you how to use it for swing and positional trading. Really proud of the way this indicator has come up. This time we are using 3 colors for candles instead of 2, and very happy about the fact that we have now one indicator that can be used for both intraday as well as swing and positional trading. On that note, I'll end this video. If you're already a subscriber, consider becoming a member on the channel. We have 2 levels of membership. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Share this video with your family and friends. Also, subscribe to our free Telegram channel. The link is there in our description. Our indicators are available if you stay within India at our website bestindicators.net, and if you stay outside India, if you're an international customer, then it's available at Buy Me a Coffee. Even that link is given in the description. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.